represent?
Okay, my name is Dan Diaz. I'm the City Council member, Place 1, City of Edinburg. It's at large. We don't have districts.
And I understand that this area, this part of Edinburgh, growing very fast, just hasn't had the parks, recreation that people need.
Yes, sir. One thing we heard from the residents was that there's parks closer to the other areas of town, closer to town, south of town with all the growth, and the north side, because Monte Cristo is just, half a mile there, was kind of getting ignored. So budget session came up. We tasked the director to please give us some options for parks on this side of town. And luckily, when they put this on, this was the first one we all said yes to, because this area has been underserved in the past years.
If I understand it correctly, this has all come out of those town hall meetings you were holding as a city council.
Correct.
You had numerous town hall meetings last summer, and one of the things you heard from the residents is we need more parks and rec.
Correct. Green spaces is one of the big subjects that people talk about. I served on Parks and Rec board 5 years ago, and there's an actual formula that population versus acres of green space, and that's how you keep a healthy community. If you don't have enough green space, then your community doesn't have anywhere to walk around, and the kids don't have a place to play. So the city has been behind for quite some time, and one of our goals is to catch up to that and make sure that our green spaces is equaling our population. It's going to be kind of hard to do with our current growth, but that's what it's all about, providing green space to have an active Edinburgh.
Does this park satisfy that ratio, or do you need to build even more parks?
I don't know the exact number, but 5 years ago when I was on the Parks and Rec board, we were about 100 acres behind. And I know there's been a lot of stuff in the last 5 years, but our population is also exploding. So it's something we're looking at. It's my dream sheet, the whole council, Parks and Rec knows, my dream sheet is a sports complex that'll be many acres with multiple sports addressed, where on a weekend you can have soccer tournaments, baseball tournaments, basketball tournaments, all at the same time. So hopefully we'll get there soon.
All this growth in Edinburgh, we all know it's the fastest growing city in the valley. That must keep you so busy as a council.
Yes, sir.
Trying to keep on top of it all.
Yes, sir. There is so many events every day during the week. You literally could go to a groundbreaking or a ribbon cutting in the city just about every day. And I'm just blessed to be able to do that. I'm blessed to be part of this community. We're all very positive. A lot of firsts have been happening. The City Council met a joint meeting with the school district. That hadn't happened in a decade. We're doing more projects together. We're talking about future just right here, I saw Commissioner Eli Torres, Mike Farias, and the mayor talking about another park in another area that'll include the county as a partner. So just a lot of positive energy. We're here to make it happen, and just blessed to be a part of this team.
What does the Census Bureau tell you your population is, and what do you think it really is?
Well, Census Bureau, it's a little over 100,000, but that does not include being on the EDC. I've asked this question a lot. What does our population increase during the day? Because we are the county seat, the courthouse, a lot of things here, right? DPS. And they're saying that during the day, business hours, our population increases up to 50,000. So that census did not include a lot of the outlying areas that are in ETJ that are just getting populated. I think the last number of neighborhoods was somewhere in the neighborhood of 100 neighborhoods going up in the city, either going up or permitted. So yeah, those numbers aren't too accurate right now.
This is a question we asked the mayor as well. We've got the upcoming legislative session. The 88th legislature starts next week. Have you yet finished formulating your legislative wish list, your agenda, and what the priorities are?
Yes, sir. If you go on our website, just on our city website, Tuesday, we actually touched on our legislative priorities through our lobbyist group, and there's a lot of general areas. And like I said at the city council meeting, people are saying, does that mean you're only for that? And no, we're also looking for anything that's going to combat what we're trying to get done, right? So sometimes it's not just about getting what you want done. It's making sure nobody kills what you're trying to accomplish. So if you go on there's a long list of the items that we're going to concentrate on. Personally speaking, dream sheet item, again, dream sheet is a term we use a lot in the military, like your dream sheet, where do you want to be stationed? Dream sheet item for me is if we could expand our airport, expand the runway, We can eventually get cargo and so much more, and that would just transform that whole region. Also, we all know it's an old subject, but we need infrastructure, flooding, because we're the valley, and being in Edinburg, all the flooding, all the waters that leave the area end up through Edinburg out to the Raymondville drains. So we still need money to make sure that infrastructure is there with the roads and all the growth that's coming.
Going back to the airport there, interesting that you would mention that. That's something that you'd like to see expanded. It would fit very well with the new state highway 60,
yes, sir.
68.
It all ties in with the proposed new bridge going to the island, with the proposed 2 loops coming from the border to I-69. Will just be just south of the airport. How beautiful would it be if we could expand if we have to expand our runway and be able to have cargo coming from all over, from Mexico and other countries, to land in Edinburgh and ship from there. And when the access of all the loops is just a perfect synergistic thing that would transform that whole area.
You really will be the hub.
Yes, sir. That's our goal.
Dan, is there anything else you'd like to say?
Yes, like I said earlier, I want to thank all the partners that made this happen. It goes all the way down to the directors of the departments. Obviously, the school district, without their land and their support, we could not make this happen. Everyone working on all the small details, I want to thank them, because these kind of projects will have an impact for generations. And so thank everyone for doing that.
Thank you so much
Yes,
for
sir.
today's interview.
Yes, sir. Thank you.